Hello, everybody. Sorry, I already started to zone out painting. We're gonna have a little bit of glare, but I'll only have one light on in the hopes that it will cut down on some of the glare. Painting these mugs, that's the only thing that's so frustrating, is the glare. And I realized I forgot my wrist support, so bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna go put that on. All right, so we're gonna keep working on this mug tonight. We are also going to, potentially start another incense holder tonight. And so yeah, just keep plugging away. That's the wrong wrist guard. Oop, I'll be right back. Where is it, Audrey? There we go. Sorry about that. I brought in the wrist guard for my right hand at first instead of my left. All right, but we're good now. So, get settled. Dun, dun, dun. How is everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good day. And thank you for coming to hang out with me while I work on this mug. Hi, Patty. How you doing? It's good to see ya. How was your day? Same. Got a few things done. Feeling semi-productive. Going to run some errands tomorrow. Might get a little bit more painting done today. I am really happy I actually sat down and got a bunch of video editing done, so I'm moving in the direction of consistent posting, which would be nice. And I've got a couple new strategies for how I'm going to kind of attack projects on a regular basis. So we're going to implement that this week. Bear with me 1 second. While I'm painting, I can't see the comments, so I will come back and catch up in just a few minutes here once I'm done this row. If anybody's new to my lives, if I don't get to your comment or question right away, please know that I am not ignoring you. I do not want you to feel like you're being ignored. I just can't see the camera or the front of my phone to read the comments while I'm painting. So I pause every once in a while and come back and catch up on comments and questions in between rows and breaks in the design. Huge bubble I have to pop there. Great big one. Oh, that sucker. There we go. Okay, I have 4 more swoops to do, and then I will come back to the comments. Oh, I stuck my hand in some paint last night, I must have. That's all right. Last 2. And we're going to go around, we're going to do some more teal swoops of this teal metallic. We're going to keep building up these little fringes of swoops. And then we go there. So let me go back. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, I got the one up, so that felt good. I went through some of the others and put music to them. I'm like, I'm not doing voiceovers. Voiceovers is the thing that is completely paralyzing me right now. So I'm just not going to talk for a while. I'm just going to post what I'm painting, and I talk enough on my lives. For now, anyway. We'll see. How you doing, honeys? How do you have such a steady hand? So the key is taking everything very, very slow. The repetition of this kind of painting is very meditative, very calming. I find that when I'm doing this, my breath just slows down, my heart rate slows down, everything kind of slows. So it really is about just being nice and calm and really talking to yourself and reminding yourself that you need to take your time. So it's really about taking your time, not going too fast, and just practice. The more you practice, you get some muscle memory, and that helps keep your hand steady as well, right? Because it's not a new movement every time. But it's really just kind of sinking into the art form and letting it be as calming as it can be. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad one. That's a scrawny little thing. That's okay. We can fix it. Hopefully, how's our signal doing? I've got the green light here. How are we doing? Are we cutting in and out? Are we doing all right? The last couple times I've gone live on TikTok, it's been super crappy signal. Good on your end? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful news. Thank you, Fab Productions. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully. Oh, good. Yay, Doris. That's fun. Oh, wonderful, Patty. Yay. Wonderful news. Hooray. Hey, Barb. How you doing? Did you work today, Barb? Sorry, I'm moving around an awful lot. Oh, thank you, Oddballs Mark. That's so kind. TikTok has been on half the time. There's a glitch somewhere. Oh, so it just happened to be that I got the short end of the stick those couple times. Then I guess so frustrating. I was saying during the last one, it's so frustrating because this is where I want to be, you know. I have a choice of where I'm going to do a live. Like if I haven't planned one and I just decide to do an impromptu one, it's always here. I am Canadian Fab Productions. No, I don't add any medium to the paint when I'm painting on mugs. When I'm painting on mugs, I'm using multi-surface acrylic paints enamels or glass paints. And if you add any pouring medium or any water to them, it will impact their ability to adhere to the ceramic surface. So if you're painting with multi-surface, enamel, or glass paints on ceramic or glass, adding pouring medium or adding water will keep them from adhering properly to the surface. And that is not what we want. Now, the frustrating part is that a lot of multi-surface paints are very, very thick. So folk art paints, for example, are incredibly thick. So you might find that some of them are thicker than what you want them to be or what you like to work with. So my recommendation there is to find a more watery paint that is also multi-surface or enamel or glass, whatever one that you're using, and mix them together. So for example, apple barrel multi-surface is very watery. You could mix that in. I'm not a huge fan of apple barrel, but I know there's a lot of people out there that love it. I like Craftsmart. So I will often mix Craftsmart with the thicker folk art or thicker Martha Stewart's. I hope that helps. First 100% capacity, I'm ready to quit to adulting for this adulting shit. Oh my God. Yeah, TikTok's really on a roll. You're welcome, Mark. No problem. I thought when you said about, yeah, it comes out thick sometimes, doesn't it? Comes out super thick. All right. So now, okay, so we're going to add some detail, and then we are going to replicate these walking dot lines around these petals in the middle. We're going to replicate those around the outside. We're going to do something in here first. Hello. Adulting is so overrated, no kidding. Hi, Chris. How you doing, love? Christy? Pays for my addictions. Right? Oops. It was nice weather here today. How was everybody? It was almost balmy here today. Right, I work this job that stresses me out, so I have these addictions. But then I need to pay for the addiction, so I have to go to the job that gives me the stress and it causes me to have the addictions. So perpetuate it. It's such a vicious circle. I think addictions are part and parcel with everything. Everyone's addicted to something, just a matter of what. Well, am I actually staying on camera? There we go. Oh my gosh, 100-mile-an-hour winds and torrential rain. Where are you, oddballs, Mark? If you don't mind me asking, of course. That's horrible. It is the endless circle. I agree. Ah, yay. From England. I've always wanted to go to England. I want to go to England and Ireland, and I'd love to go to Scandinavian countries as well. That'd be cool. Chocolate brownies, right? Paint, yarn, animals, food, drugs, alcohol, all the stuff. Wants to go to Canada? What is their reasoning for it? When people want to see, when you hear people say they want to come to Canada, I think there's a certain level of we all want to go somewhere that we're not, right? Somewhere new, familiar, or at least the people who enjoy traveling do. A lot of people don't enjoy traveling, so I shouldn't say everybody wants to do that, but I got all yours in the exact order. Well, we have our own problems here. It's everywhere. And I think there is that too. There's that kind of escapism, right? Hi, Molly. How you doing? Hey, Axel. Fabric and sodas, yeah. Yeah. Right, it doesn't take long to fill up a pretty good list of them all. What time is it over there, Mark? The end of your day, right? Is it fairly late? I should start pulling up my world clock for my lives so I can all automatically look up where people are. How's it going, Axel? What's new and exciting? It's good to see ya. Seeing all kinds of you this week. It's lovely. And how was your day, Molly? Did you have a good one? Exactly, right? Exactly, Barb. Grass is always greener. The only place that I'm for sure that it's greener is New Zealand. That would be a super easy one. If somebody said, quick, we have to go and we're all going to New Zealand, I'd be like, okay. No problem. I'm doing good, Molly. How are you? It's the first time I've sat down to paint today, so this is nice. I did some cleaning, straightened up out here in my art studio, cleaned up some shelves. Our apartment is the dustiest apartment that I've ever experienced. So there's major dusting that happens on a very regular basis. So I worked on some of that today. Right? That's okay. I kick myself all the time for wishing that I had figured out the travel thing when I was younger, like to the point where as a single woman under 35, there is a whole slew of working visas and work to move visas that that I could have done, right? But they don't apply now. It's crazy. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Well, that too, Fab Productions, that is pretty damn close to accurate, right? It's all the ghosts kicking up their heels. Yeah. All right. So we are now going to go with a brown. And we are going to go to size 7. Best day so far. I love that. I absolutely love that. When did you start saying that? Mm. I said it for a very long time. That's so cool. I love it. Such a wonderful perspective. Yeah, work always has to come first, eh, Molly? That's the sucky part. Helps on the bad days and makes me really appreciate the good days. I love it. I love that. Right? That's deliberate and conscious choice of where you're going to let your energy go. I think that's wonderful. No, this isn't a card pull. This is just a random one that I was cleaning up and I came across these paints and I saw them together and I thought, ooh, that'd be pretty. I want to do it. And that was it. So this is one of those fall in your lap kind of pieces. Thanks, Christy. I'm starting to wonder if those are too large. But no, they're probably fine. All right, so we are gonna go with I am going to get back to the card pulls. I really will. We're just gonna see where some of this stuff takes us over the next little while. There'll be card pulls, be all kinds of good stuff. If you have received your Dot Mandela Inspiration Deck in the mail and have not yet received an invite from me to the Facebook group that is mentioned, the QR code that I built into the cards is no longer valid. The link expired. So I've got to figure that out manually for each person. Molly, I will try to remember to send you one as well. But yeah, if you've got your deck and you haven't yet received an invite from me for the Facebook group, know that I'm going to go through all of the orders and add as many people as I possibly can find on Facebook. But if I haven't found you yet, or if you're a little harder to find, like a different username or something, then just let me know. Yep, I know there's a couple dents on the side. Yipper. Just a couple. There's just the ones up here at the top. That's all stuff that'll get cleaned off. And that's all stuff that'll get cleaned off. Yeah. All right. So there's that. Now we are going to go here. And we are going to do some walking dots. Mm-hmm. I'm just that little bit too far off to the side most of the time. I'll show you the pause stone as well, because it's done except for varnishing and signing. Oh, thanks, Mark. There's lots of practice and just not freaking out if things don't go the way I wanted to. I can always redo it. Lots and lots of practice. Remember that I've been doing this almost every single day for 2 years now. Oh, my hands are really, really dry, Chris, and I've got some cracks, so I just did that. Oh, hi, Becky. It's good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing good, too. Sending you lots of love. You and your creatures and Peyton. Oh, cool. How do you like it so far, Mark? Do you enjoy it? That's the key to it. Follow the joy. If you enjoy it, you'll want to do it more. When you want to do it more, you will do it more. And when you do it more, you're practicing. And the more you practice, the faster your skill grows. So just keep making it about the fun. Just make it about the fun as best as you possibly can. Nice. And that's the thing, you got to see that growth. I promise you, keep those pieces, keep pictures of those pieces. You are going to want to see them a year, 2 years down the road to see how far you've come. Just follow that joy. Do it because you enjoy it. The rest will take care of itself. O'Keefe's? What is that? I don't know what that is. We're great living to dream. Oh, it's so good. I'm so glad. I hope so too, Becky. I hope so too. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. And that's where I get really bad. I hate putting hand lotion on. Oh God, I hate it. So I have to, I'm going to run some errands tomorrow, and getting myself a nice hand lotion is actually on my list. Most relaxing and infuriating form of art. Uh-huh. Yep. Totally get it. If nothing, it teaches us patience, right? That's the other thing people say, you must be so patient. I'm like, I'm really not a patient person. My friends would never describe me as a patient person. I don't think anyway. And but with this, the patience comes easy because I'm just so happy while I'm doing it. But there's definitely those moments where it's just absolutely infuriating. We're like, okay, I gotta walk away. Gotta walk away. It's for working hands. Okay, cool. Good to know. Oh, your hands used to bleed. Oh, that's painful. Green container? Okay, I will definitely take a look. Thank you. All right. And these cracks are, of course, always like on the tips of my fingers too, right? Like right by the corner of the nails. And it doesn't help that I pick sometimes. More often than I should, that's for sure. All right, we're getting there. And then I'll zoom out and we'll have a look at this. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do to add in our last little bit of detail to finish this bad boy off. And we can do the handle and the signature, and then this one will be done. Wasn't that fast? That hasn't happened that fast in a long time. Yeah, I gotta go out tomorrow and get cat food and pick up a couple of things from Walmart and a couple of things from Dollar Tree. I gotta get a couple boxes from Dollar Tree. I've got a couple orders that have to go out that are very different sizes. So it's exciting, but I have no idea how to put them together, so I'm going to work on those. All right, so let's zoom out. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to move you that much. Let's pull this up here. And this is our design. Now, I'm thinking just some simple walking dots in between each of those petals, maybe in the teal. I think that'll be good. I'm getting as fast as Delicate Dots, Andrea. Someday, when I have that day where I know that I can do 4 mugs in one weekend like she did that time on her video. I still remember that feeling going, you did how many in one weekend? What? Thank you, I'm Tessa. Getting there. We're getting there, Patty. We're getting there. It's the goal. All right, so let's do some of these walking dots, and then we will two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll go with me in Wisconsin? Done. You're not that far from me then. I miss shopping in the States. If I was in the States right now, if I was going shopping, I'd be like, say, take me straight to Target first. Then we will go to Kohl's. And then we will go back to Target. Get to the Sioux and it's a date. All right, almost. Let's see if I can do this without smudging any paint. All right, here we go. Here is our finished mug. Let me turn on another light or two and see if that helps. No, it's going to make it worse. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So there's our mug. What it looks like from the side. I think it looks pretty. That was a fun one to play with. I like that one. Yay! All right, so let's do the handle. And then we're good to go. All right, so sorry, I got to get you guys in focus again. Thanks, Barb. Thanks, Indigenous Queer. Thanks, honeys. Thanks, G Weaver. Aw, thanks, Rosebud. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Thanks, Catherine Bailey. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Oh, I need to keep that open. All right, so I'm going to go with some swoops here. And let's make this happen. So, see how I camouflage that? The brown was a little bit off center, but I'm just pulling it back with the blue. And then use a little bit of white. There we go. So now, if we flip over and we will do the signature. And then this one's done. Oops. This is crazy. I haven't had a mug done this fast in a long time. So one of the strategies that I'm going to start to employ is I am going to, when I mix colors, I'm going to create multiple different projects with that color scheme. So for example, when I mix the sunflower colors, I'm going to do as many different sunflower color pieces as I can out of that paint that I mixed. And I think that's going to help me be a lot faster, because I realized the other day that I spend a lot of time mixing colors of paint and only to use them maybe for one project, right? So not only is it wasteful if I don't stay on top of it and put the paints back before they dry out. So not only is it wasteful, but it's very unproductive, because if I was doing multiple projects with that one color scheme, then I'd be able to get an awful lot done a lot faster, because I wouldn't be spending quite as much time mixing colors. Or at least when I was mixing colors, I would kind of get the fruits of that labor. So that's the strategy that I'm going for. I'm also going for sprints. Like, I'm going to use different days and say, okay, on this particular day, I've got 6 hours blocked off to paint. And I'm going to use this color scheme, and I'm going to paint as many candle holders as I can. Or I'm going to use this color scheme, and I'm going to paint as many incense holders as I can. Whatever that thing ends up being. So that's kind of the plan. So we'll see how it turns out. I've had lots of great plans before. And they might be tweaked as we go along, but I think it sounds good. So Jay Weaver, for this I use multi-surface acrylic paints. You can also use enamels. Oh, sorry, Barb. Thank you for answering already. You can also use enamel or glass paints as well. But multi-surface acrylic paints is what you're looking for. Exactly, Patty. The assembly line. Get that going and see what I can pump out, and be able to say to you guys, hey, you guys fell in love with the sunflower inspired designs. I'm gonna be doing a shop restock, and I'm gonna have 10 sunflower mugs, and be able to kind of do it that way based on what people want. Because as much as I want to do one of a kind stuff, I have to also accept that every single piece is really one of a kind, because I'm not following a stencil. I'm doing everything freehand, so they still are one of a kind, right? And be able to just kind of mass produce some of them. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I think it would be really satisfying to look at a table filled, like I already love this look here, right? Like I love seeing that I've got an incense holder and I've got a couple colors and all of that stuff done. I love the idea of looking over and seeing it's all in one color scheme. I don't know why, but I think that would be super, super satisfying. The tool that I was using for my signature is, we call it a micro dotter. It's a clay sculpture tool. It's just super pointy. I also have used this tool. I might start to use this one for my signature because it's pointier. And this one actually came in a set of 2 like this from the Dollar Tree. All right, so let's stick that one aside. That one's going to start to air cure, and then it'll be ready in about 3 weeks to head to its new home. So multi-surface acrylic paints can be baked on, or you can air cure them. I air cure now. That's still a fairly recent decision that and switch that I've made. I used to bake the mugs, but what I was finding is there were so many hoops that I had to jump through, and still no guarantee that the paints weren't going to bubble when I baked them. I could wait 2 or 3 days after the paint had been applied to try and get some of the moisture out, and it would still bubble. So the only way to guarantee no bubbling, or at least only the bubbles that were in the paint itself, not bake out even more, is to air cure them. So these particular paints will air cure after 21 days. Most are 21 or 28 days. So give a check on your bottles or with your manufacturer to know for sure what your paints will do. This is a quick update on the paw stone that I did. It's a memorial paw stone. So this will be getting varnished tomorrow, and it'll be heading out to its home after. The paw print's a little chunkier than I think I would like it to be, but I'm really, really happy with how it goes so wonderfully on this piece. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I still need to put black on the bottom, varnish the whole thing top and bottom, and then I will put some felt on the bottom so that it doesn't scratch the surface, and then it'll be ready to head to its new home. These paw stones, I used to call them paw nuggets, and I used to do them in all different sizes. I haven't done them in a long time. There's a few of them on my website right now, but not too many. But I think I want to start doing these again, and I think I want to start doing them in a bunch of different sizes too. I think that would be really, really fun to do a bunch of different sizes and like little heart ones and stuff. So don't be surprised if we see more paw stones happening as we go by. Thanks, Shadow Cat Girl. How you doing? It's good to see ya. So this one is now sitting to dry until tomorrow, and then I will varnish it, and we'll keep going with that one. Now, I have, for the next project, I have a couple of incense holders prepped. So there are a couple of different things that we can do. One of them I thought of doing is a kind of ocean-inspired color, like a bunch of teals and blues and white and sandy kind of colors. So that's option number 1. And then option number 2 is to try the metallic black paint. Now, it didn't show up great on camera, so I don't know if that's the best decision to do on a live. And then the other option, of course, is to pick different colors. Oh, I also have these colors mixed up that I thought it would be nice to do an incense holder in these colors as well. But, do you think the beachy colors, Patty, would be good? That could be fun, eh? I'll show you. I mixed the colors already. They're in the metallic Ohuhu paints, with the exception of, I've got these 2 sand colors, and they are actually on here, the color, the dark one, the dark paw print, and then the white, lighter one, which is actually a slight pearl. So I've got the 2 sand colors, and then I have 4 blues and teals. This one's very tealy. Okay, so let's do these. So these are the metallic ones again. The Ohuhu paints we have determined is the potentially, or at least a similar, brand to the Arteza Metallics. What was what, Jeffy? The stone? So this is a dot mandala stone that I just finished painting not earlier today. I just put the paw print on there. And it's a memorial stone that I just did. Now, the bowl was actually a tea light candle holder. I will show you here. It's a candle holder. Isn't that pretty? Ah, thanks, Jeffy. I'm glad you like it. It is a candle holder. So currently I am totally addicted to making candle holders. I'll show you the other ones that I've done. And this one as well. So those are the 3 that I've done so far. And then the other things that I'm making are incense holders, like this one. So the incense will go in here, like so. I am just in the process of deciding whether I am going to resin the incense holders or just varnish. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, they turned out pretty good. I'm really, really happy with them. And then we've got the side there. So there we go. These are not listed on the website yet. That's going to be another week or 2, but I will announce when I'm going to do a shop restock. Mugs, these incense holders, and the candle holders are going to be part of that. I just want to see if I can make a little bit more. So keep an eye on the shop. I will let you know when I restock. There are some items on the website right now, but none of these items that I've showed you here are on the website yet. So we are going to start with the dark brown. Gonna go a little shopping. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Jeffy. Thank you. That's very kind. I'm so glad. That makes me happy. All right, now we can turn on bigger lights because we don't have a reflective surface. So here we go. Now let's actually see a little bit better. And we will get started on this one, and we will do the beachy kind of colors. I might turn that down a little bit, but we'll see how we do first. So I'm going to start. What are we going to start with? We're going to start with a size 2. So to do my spacing, I'm dotting at 12 o'clock, then spinning it around, dotting at 12 o'clock again. Turning it this way, dotting at 12 o'clock. Then turning it this way and dotting at 12 o'clock. So this is the basis of every single mandala that I do. Okay, so this is where I start. Once I have these 4 dots laid down, now I start going through and dividing those spaces in half. Oh, need more paint. And just divide those spaces in half. Oops, still not putting enough paint on there. I had done my own incense holders way back when. I did them with resin and coaster molds and poured multiple layers of resin and then drilled holes for the incense stick. They were a massive pain in the arse. Massive. And were no fun. They were fun to paint because they were quick and they were fast, but they took an awful lot of intensive labor with the resin and the sanding and the starting over and the 24 hours to cure each coat of resin and all the stuff. It was just a little bit too much for me for something that was fairly small. So while I really liked how they turned out, that wasn't something that was a process that was something I wanted to jump in and do a ton of, you know? So this incense holder is a mold from Devon Dotting. Yes, you are 100% right, Jeffy. I am definitely low priced for the amount of time that it takes. And it's funny that you mentioned that, and I appreciate that incredibly, because it's something that I am moving to as the year progresses. One of the reasons that I've done that is because I don't have a concrete answer for how long it takes me. Because the number of times where I've sat down and timed it to see what actually happens, I don't have those numbers. So that's actually one of the big projects that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some time trials. So I'm going to be looking at some of these patterns and saying, okay, if I'm going to recreate this pattern on as many things as possible, I need to do some time trials and find out how long does it take me to do this pattern on an incense holder versus a mug versus something else, right? And so that I can come up with accurate pricing, because I'm 100% barely paying myself. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Jeffy. And here's the other thing too, and what I've found has been difficult is because I paint so many pieces while I'm on a live, it's even harder to quantify the amount of time. And lately, lives have been one of the only times that I've been painting. So my ultimate goal is to sit down and do a lot more painting, not on live, do the time trial, start pricing my items appropriately for the amount of time that it takes me, and make them a one-off thing and still be able to say, hey, this one only took me an hour and a half versus this one that took me 4.5 hours, and do it that way. So yeah, for now they're eventually going to be priced individually. I've been looking at other artists as well, and I've got a nice big dose of, hey, you're undervaluing your work, kind of smacked in my face a little bit. So I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Jeffy. And it is something that I'm going to do that with. Oh, thanks, Jeffy. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. That means the world to me. I appreciate it very much. And for what it's worth, to all of my friends who have told me the same thing about my pricing that Jeffy has already mentioned here, I heard it, I promise. I heard it when you said it too. I still haven't done anything about it. I'm dragging my heels. So I'm going to start working on that over the next little while. But first and foremost, I just need to get a bunch of stuff painted, and I need to start doing those time trials too. And I think that using up the colors, doing that assembly line process is going to be the best way to deal with that, you know, to be able to say, I can make 10 sunflower mugs in a week. Or I can, whatever that thing is, right? A few of everything. But there are some beautiful pieces that I made quite some time ago now that are on the website that I hope get a new home one day, because there's some personal favorites in there. All right, so now we are going to I feel like we have to play with some swoops and waves and stuff with this color scheme. All right, so we're gonna play here in a little bit, but we're gonna build this up first. So that one was a 2, so now we're gonna go to a size 3. I'm gonna use the brown again, and we're gonna go around. I do every other because when I'm putting these particular dots down, my only points of reference are the 2 brown dots from the row before, right? Now, if there's any wonky spacing in the row before, if I just kind of blindly follow those spaces, I'm going to transfer that spacing issue from one row to the next, right? But I'm going to show you what I do to help correct wonky spacing and or camouflage wonky spacing. This is the satisfying part to me. Just the repetitiveness. Slowing my breathing. Just enjoying the process. This is when I should have my Lazy Susan out. I went back to Dollarama again, Barb, and I didn't have any luck with the Lazy Susans there, but I'm going to keep my eyes open, and I'm going to go to more Dollaramas. Barb had mentioned that she found, was it 8 or 10 inch plastic Lazy Susans at Dollarama in the kitchen section? Oh, and I was supposed to explain what I'm doing here now. So now when I'm doing these ones in the spaces, I'm not paying as much attention to these 2 brown dots from the row before. I'm placing my dot now as, is it equal distance between these 2 in the same row? So that could end up meaning that I place a dot that is off from the row before, but is in a perfect spot for the row that it's on. So that's how you can kind of correct some spacing. We'll do it again on this one because I did a really crappy job of explaining that because I got off on my own tangent. So bear with me. Bear with me. All right, so now we are going to a size 4. So size 4, every other space. All right, so the only thing I'm looking at right now is the spacing on the 2 brown dots in the row before. Okay? It's nice and very satisfying for me to see that all of these dots are lining up the same with that guideline. That feels really nice. Except for this monster that I just laid down. This huge dot. Except for that one. And I could fix that. But I don't think I need to. If it still stands out like a sore thumb by the time I'm finished going through the second round and filling in the spaces, then I'll take it off and fix it. If I did want to remove it, I have some dotting tools that have silicone brushes on the end. They're great for removing paint when you want to redo something. Then I would just paint back over with the black gesso, which is my base coat, and then paint over it and paint it again. Cotton swabs work as well. Anything that you can kind of get your hands on to help you pull that wet paint off. So for the paint that I'm using on anything that is made out of plaster or wood or canvas, I use regular acrylic paints. And then when I paint on mugs, anything ceramic or glass, I use multi-surface acrylic paints. Multi-surface and all-purpose are not the same thing. So see, again, as I go through, I'm paying attention less to where those spaces between those two brown dots and much more attention to putting that dot equal distance between the two other cream colored dots. And that one huge dot has kind of disappeared in here. Thanks, Jerry Lynn. How you doing? How you been? All right. So now we are going to white, and we are going to add white paint between each of these dots. Just to add a bit of detail in there. Your connection is poop? No, it was going good today. What's happening? Is everybody else's connection okay? What's happening, Jerry Lynn? Oops. Is anyone else having connection issues? I was hoping this was going to be the good one. Oh, it's totally you this time? Okay. All right. So unfortunately, you just kind of got through. You just kind of missed. I just went through how I space out these rings. I'm so sorry, Mary. I will try to explain it, but I'm not going to be painting them, so it's not going to make as much sense. So when I'm laying out the first row of dots, I start by dotting at 12 noon, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And then I start to divide the spaces between each of those dots in half and just keep continuing that process of dividing spaces in half until I either can't fit any more dots or I've got the spacing that I've got the spacing that I want to have in between each of the dots. Now when it comes to spacing the next rows, first thing you're going to do is you're going to try and place the dots kind of in this little cradle spot here between these two dots, and then space them out all the way around. I go every other space so that I can then just kind of create more points of reference for the spacing. I hope that helps. Oh, good, Catherine. Awesome. Okay. I have good news, though. We should have Starlink. Oh, no way! That's exciting! Good there, Barb. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Good, 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 good. Glad to hear it. All right. Now we go to the next row. Ding. So in my head, I'm thinking of some kind of swoops that could look beachy. And I'm not quite sure where that is yet, but I'm thinking swoops in the blues and the teals for waves. And then I was thinking petals in the white, beige, brown for sand, or the petals could actually even be for like almost little seashells kind of idea. But I'm not 100% sure. No, I have no idea how, I would say that's probably about 3/4 of a centimeter. I didn't measure them out as I was drawing them out. I just slapped a whole bunch on here. So excited, real internet again. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so amazing. Oh, you're not going to know what to do with yourself, Jerry-Lynn. Everything's going to go by so fast. All your routines, you're just going to be thrown out the window. You're probably going to go, oh my God, I got so much done today. That's super exciting. All right, just adding these little detail dots in between here. Let's zoom in. Oh, sorry, the light is too bright, so it's making it look super bright. Exactly, yeah. So if the reason I slapped those rings on, to keep me on track. So just like with this one, seeing that all these beige dots were kind of hitting the same area within that ring, super, super satisfying and lets me know if I'm super off anywhere. And it gives me the ability too that if I want to do like a mandala and then do like one of the borders or the circles, like on that mug, that there's a guideline there pretty much anywhere I'm going to need it to help me do that. So especially because I don't plan out my designs, I never know if I'm going to need something like that. So so having the lines there just in case I need them is kind of cool. And definitely to be able to have that satisfaction of knowing that I'm staying on track with my spacing and all of that. It can help too when you're doing swoops so that you know how far out you're starting each one so you can keep things like that the same length. So yeah, I don't necessarily measure them out. I just put a bunch there. I'm guessing that once I complete my sacred geometry course, that might change, because that could have completely different ratios to have me following for measuring stuff out. But for now, that's what I do. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we are gonna go with we're gonna try something. And I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. But we're gonna try it. See what happens. Because I have an idea. Just doing every other one right now. And of course, for spacing and everything, you can always draw other guidelines in here to divide it up into a pie or pizza with all the different slices and everything, and that can help with alignment and spacing and everything as well. So don't be afraid to use guidelines and use them to your advantage. So I'm going to try something here, and I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's just see. Oops. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted at all. You're probably looking at it going, what the heck is she trying to do? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, making more of a mess than I should be. Alright, so now I need the black gesso and a paintbrush. Where is there a tiny paintbrush that I can use? That one works. Alright, we've got a lot of nice brushes. I'm going to play with those one of these days. Yes, the last two rows are the same color. How you doing, Janice? All right. Oh, that's wonderful, Joanne. I'm good, thank you, Janice. Yes, and I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Gotta wipe the blue paint off of my phone. Okay. Just gonna try this again. I think I know what I'm doing now. I'm just going to try a couple of rows of this. I don't know if it's actually going to work out the way I want it to or not, but we're going to. I can already tell you that I really don't think I like it at all. Nope, don't like it. Sorry. Hi, Tammy. And yes, Metal Girl, I made this one myself, and the mold came from Devon Dotting. And before you go check out their website, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. Because if you do your own molding at home and create your own blanks at home, chances are you're going to want to spend a lot of money with Devon Dotting. You're welcome, my dear. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to keep playing with this because I've got some ideas. So we're going to keep trying. So we might not make it terribly far on this tonight, but we're going to try a few different ideas, potentially. So we may just play around a little bit. I do, but I have a hard time getting the UltraCal 30. Yeah. Whereabouts are you? I think we've talked about this before, haven't we? Florida, right. So can you get it on Amazon? I don't know what the pricing would be like. So it might not be good pricing. You might have to buy it in smaller amounts than you'd want. I'll be right back, you guys. I just have to go get a little cup full of water for my paintbrush. So I will be back in 2 shakes if I can figure out how to get this stupid lid back onto my gesso. Get on the bottle. There we go. All right, I will be back in 2 seconds. Ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Hi, sleepy girl. Audrey's so sleepy. All right, bear with me 1 second. No, I haven't yet. Was it good? Christina Lee's page and Facebook group are absolute founts of resources and information. Such a well-run group. I aspire to be like her one day. Someday. Okay. We are going to I'm thinking. How to not get any bubbles? Okay, I'm going to go watch that because I poured some today and I got bubbles. I was watching who was it? Electric Mandela, maybe? And Lucy used a paintbrush and painted the bottom of her molds with, what was it? Excuse me. Was it alcohol or water? I'm not sure. But yeah, I need to slow down and sit down and pay attention to some of this stuff because it's I think it's valuable information that I'm missing out on. All right, so I'm going to I wonder if I went. All right, we're going to try that. In a spray bottle under the lips of the molds. Water and dish soap. Fantastic. Thank you for the blessed poos. Thanks, guys. Is that Tracy? Thanks, Mel Girl. In a spray bottle, she used a paintbrush under the lips. That's amazing. Okay, I will totally do that. Because, yeah, I'm done with bubbles, especially in the incense holders. I'm done with it. So, all right, this is what we're going to try. I'm going to grab my flexible tape measure. I'm actually going to add some more guidelines here, so bear with me one sec. You, and I will take, where's your other one? Where'd you go? Oh, I don't know where my good little sharpener went to. That's all right. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Metal Girl. I'm going to definitely give that a shot. I'm going to be doing some more molding tomorrow. So fan-freaking-tastic. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to try this instead. So you're there and you're there. I have a method for this. I promise I have a reason. I love how easy it is to get the incense holders out of the molds from Devon Dotting. I'm really impressed with the candle holder from Dot Art Depot as well. They're so easy to demold. I find that I struggle every single stinking time with the Happy Dotting Company one that I have. I really should go and take a look at Happy Dotting Company again and see if they have any new molds that might be a good option as well. Because maybe they've redone their molds. Because I bought it a couple years ago. It's very possible. I should go take a peek, and if they do, I should get a new one. Because let me tell you, after fighting with that candle holder, the fact that I can get these incense holders out by simply flipping the mold upside down and lifting, oh my God, it's so easy. And the Dot Art Depot one is it's just so easy to take them out of the molds. It's just very flexible. It doesn't fight you all the time. It's great. All right, so now, do I want to add more circles? No, I do not. Okay, so is it a bear to unmold? Where's that one from? I've never tried that one. Is that one a Happy Dotting Company one too? Let's have a look. I'm gonna pull up their website on my iPad here. Bear with me. No, I want to go to Happy Dotting Company. No. That's not what I said. Happy Dotting Company. There we go. Let's see. See what they have for molds here. I just want to see what they look. How's that? Shop. Art stone molds. Yes, it is. I think yeah, like this one, I have such a hard time with. I fight with it all the time. All the time. I think that's it. There's a heart stone. There's the pen holder. Let's go back here. Art stone molds. Let's go there. So the stones, the candle holder. Yep, there it is. So yeah, the round tea light candle holder is no easier. No easier. Is this the one? It could be Devon Dotting. Let's look. Nope. That was it? Yeah. I had an absolute bitch of a time with the regular tea light candle holder from there as well. It's really frustrating. I love Devon Dotting though. Their molds are something else. Not going to be fighting with those like the other ones. That's for sure. All right. I need to blow my nose, so I will be right back. Standing on your head trying to get it out, right? Like dislocating knuckles, bending back fingernails. Sorry, Audrey. Sorry, baby. Sorry, you guys. I tried to stand away, so hopefully that didn't blow out your eardrums. Okay, so I think that we are good, except that I need to erase some of these guidelines. Now, I'm not going to erase them so that they're gone. I'm going to erase them so that they are faint. And I didn't do that with the ones that I drew on, and I was wondering why. I was getting some weird shaped dots. I use watercolor pencil crayon. I've had this happen when I used charcoal pencil as well, that when you dot over top of the line, it almost pinches in the dot where the dot comes in contact with the line. So what I do is I draw on the guidelines and I go over it very, very lightly with an eraser. You can still see the lines, but it's not thick and certainly not impacting the paint. So you still can see the lines, but you just kind of want to... So I try not to go over them too many times. I just want to see them faint in the background, you know? So this has nothing to do with how the lines will come off after. This is my own process because dotting over top of them has always given me misshapen dots. So I do a quick erase. Guidelines are still there, but they're not in your face. In your face. And now we should be good to go. Okay, so okay, I'm trying something. I don't know if it's going to work. But we'll find out soon enough. Nope, don't like that. No, we're going to try again, and then I'm going to take those other ones off. So I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go get more paint. There. And then I can fix this line. No, this tells me that this is not what I want. No, this is not what I want. Not what I want. Try again. Check again, please. Still not what I want. That's okay. This one is the closest one. The second one is the one that got the closest. But we're going to keep trying. All right. Let's try this again. I wonder if I could do that. Hey, Crystal. Hi, Cat. How you doing? What's new and exciting, you two? I am going for a third time's the charm for what I'm going to do around this. I've got an idea in my head and I just can't get it to happen. So we're going to keep playing. Watching basketball? Very nice. All right, so I wonder. No, that's not what I was looking for at all. I always wanted to try this. I wonder if this would work. It's not, still not what I want, but that was fun. I want to try and learn how to do these. I think I have to mix more fluid paint than that, but I want to try and learn how to do it with brushes. Ah, thank you so much, Kat. So sweet. All right. All right. So What do I want to do? Let me see something. Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, I think I figured it out. This is a new one. This one is kind of beachy colors. So, Yep, okay. I know exactly what we're going to do now. So, what is wrong with that shape? Let's redo that. I have the black metallic paint still set aside to work with. I just haven't done it yet. Because I think I'm going to have to do it not on a live because it just didn't do so well on and capture the colors on film, right? Now, all right. I think I know what I want to do. Can you hear the hamster squeaking? All right, let's try this. This paint just does not want to spread for a swoop. So this is telling me then that my paint is too thick. So I'm going to add some more pouring medium to this. And here's a shocker. We're going to start again. Because this paint is not fluid enough. So it's thickened up. I should have known that. Doris and Cindy, I believe, both mentioned it to me that they quite often have to add some pouring medium after it's been sitting there. I believe that was you, Doris, wasn't it? I feel like it was. So let's see what happens here. Can anybody hear me? Okay, sorry guys. My battery... When my battery went to low battery, it cut off my connection. So hopefully you guys are still there. I am mixing in. Yeah, sorry, my low battery light came on. I realized I forgot to plug my phone in when I sat down to start this. So I'm just trying to make this white a little bit more fluid because it was a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. So this should be better. Oops. I hate when I clean up my desk and everything and then it gets messy. Like it's already got paint on it. It's driving me crazy. All right, wonderful. You guys are still there. Yay. Okay, good. So I'm just mixing this up. This is the white pearl. And then I got to get back in there with another brush and paint over those couple of spots. But let's just see if this is a better consistency now. A little bit. Might need a bit more. Sorry for doing it off camera, you guys. I don't want to make a mess, but it might happen anyway. All right, let's try this one more time. Let's do this. I don't want to shake the camera either, but I probably will. Let's see how this does. That looks a little bit better, I think. I still might not be quite there, but I think I'm getting better at it, and I'll start to really recognize that perfect mixture as I continue to practice with it. These paints that I'm using for this are heavier bodied acrylic paints that need excuse me, pouring medium mixed in with them. And this is the first time I've really played with it to figure out consistency and stuff. So, all things considered, doing all right. But I do have lots to learn still, so we'll keep practicing and we'll do the best that we can. Okay, so now that we're back to painting here. These little brushes are great for touch-ups. You can get them usually fairly inexpensively. They are gold for touch-ups. Because when you're doing your touch-ups, you don't want to leave behind a ton of paint. You want to cover what you want to cover, but you don't want to leave thickness there because you don't want to create some texture on the surface. You want it to be nice and smooth for when you need to dot again, right? So the brush can help do that. Sometimes I'll use the end of like one of the silicone brushes or the just a dotting tool to place some black paint or the gesso over where I'm trying to correct it. But for the most part, the brushes tend to work a lot better. All right, let's try this again. So we are going to start right here, and we're gonna start with, and I think I'm gonna use a larger tool. Let's try a larger tool. We're gonna start there. Hopefully this will work a little bit better. Yes, that's what I want. That's exactly what I wanted. Add a bit more paint. They look like eyelashes right now. They are not. Let's see when we can start seeing water. I hope this turns out the way that I am picturing it in my head. Much better consistency though. Definitely was worth adding some more pouring medium, because that's significantly smoother, and I can add some extra paint to it, and it drags really, really nicely. I don't get the craters in the middle. This one I got a little bit of a crater, the moat in the middle, because I didn't use as much paint. But I can also fix that too, right? Because I'm going to go in with my micro daughter tool. And then I'm just going to kind of touch up a little bit. And I can move that paint around to make sure there aren't any craters or anything to worry about. Okay. Thanks, Doris. This is so fun. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the rest of the idea works out too. Now, I'm not scheduled to be live tomorrow, you guys. I might do one, but tomorrow I'm planning on kind of jumping into the factory assembly line here. But I will make sure that I record what I do so that we can have at least some video of that. And I might not even get to it tomorrow. So if I don't, then we'll work on it again on the Friday live. Now, normally on Fridays I do the 2 to 4 p.m. and the 7 to 9 p.m. lives. Only doing the 7 to 9 p.m. this week on Friday. And then 1 to 3 on Saturday back here on TikTok. I believe Friday is going to be Instagram. Just have lots of doctor's appointments with Mom for the next little bit, so it's a really, really good thing. But it's potentially going to impact my availability for lives, or at least to schedule them reliably. It doesn't mean that I won't do one, but that is the plan anyway. Is Friday from 7 to 9 on Instagram, and then Saturday from 1 to 3 here on TikTok. So that is what we're going to go with anyway. And we'll see what happens. Now, that is a teeny tiny bit of paint, and I'm going to see if I can't get some more, and I'm going to just assume that I'm going to have to add more pouring medium to all of these paints. So let's see what happens when we stir. Let's see. Pretty peaky, so I'm going to add some more. And then I'm going to draw something on here, so I'll show you kind of where my mind is going with this. And I'm going to draw a couple little guidelines on here for myself as well, just to try for symmetry. I'm just giving this a really, really good stir. Because it's for swoops, I want to definitely make sure that it's nice and a good consistency. Oh, much better. Much better. Yay. Okay. All right. So let's So I think I'm going to end up adding some walking dots in here too, but this is going to be a lot of swoops. There we go, that's better. So hopefully this will just help me keep these swoops lining up approximately where I'm going to go. Wouldn't that be nice? They get it done so fast. I wonder if they have fights at home going, I sweep all day and I come home and have to sweep some more. Ooh, yeah, you do see a seashell. Yep, that I totally get that, Lori. Totally get that. Hi, Veggie Marie. How you doing, love? Good to see ya. All right. Ready for another one? Let's try a little bit more and see what we can do. Doing good, made some chocolate chip muffins. Oh, nice. That's wonderful. Oh, chocolate chip muffins are the best. Hi, Noreen. Painting an incense holder. You want to see some that I've done? I can show you a few if you'd like. Gotten two. Well, one's done and one is 1 2/3 done. Well, I'll show you in a sec. So the incense, you could sit a cone on here or there's a hole there. that you would put your incense stick in. I'll show you a couple here in a sec once I finish this row. I think this one's going to look really freaking cute. Woo, that's a lot of paint. All right, couple more swoops, then we will put this one aside for tonight. Like I said, I might work on it again before our next live, but no guarantees. All right, so that is where we are at so far. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Case. Oh, I'm so glad that you like it. Thank you. So it is made out of gypsum concrete or gypsum plaster, painted a mold. It's a mold from Devon Dotting. So I mix the water in the plaster, pour it in, let it set for a few hours, and then let it dry for about a week, and then I can paint on it. So let's show you the other ones. This one is the one that is done. This one is based off of my first step-by-step pattern that I released. It's called Sour Candy. It comes in a 4 and a 12-inch pattern, and I took the 4-inch pattern and kind of reworked it in here, and then I added these little stripes along the side, leading up to where you would put the incense. Isn't that cute? So like your incense stick would go here. And then we've got these wonderful metallic swoops going all the way around. So I need to paint the bottom black. I need to varnish it, and I need to make decisions on whether or not I'm going to use resin or not. I don't know that I'm going to use resin on these. I might at some point, but there's that one. Now, unfortunately, none of these are available on the website yet. I am going to do a shop restock. Not this coming Saturday, so not the 19th, but the following week. So that'd be the 26th. So let's do it then. And this is the other one that I have. I am going to be redoing these little swoopy guys along the side. I'm not happy with some of the spacing or some of just some sloppiness on some swoops, so I'm going to redo those. But then this one will be part of that shop release as well. It was inspired off of a mug that I did. It was a card pull from my Dot Mandela Inspiration deck. And the card was colors from nature. So I did a sunflower color scheme. Then I did this candle holder in the same color scheme. And then, of course, I had to try this one as well. So I'm really, 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 really happy with these. I'm definitely going to do more in these color schemes. Definitely more of these different candle holders and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up in the next shop update. This is another one of the candle holders. And this one as well. I love the sheen on that, all the metallics. It's the same paint that I used on the other rainbow incense holder. All right, let me catch up on the comments. Thank you so much, Kays. Kays P and Art. I hope you guys like them. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Kays. Yes, same as stones, Noreen. Exactly. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Janice. Oh, thank you, Inspired Artist. Thank you. The side's fun, isn't it? Yeah, there's been a lot going on, Noreen. I took a hard turn away from mugs. I still have done a couple, but not quite as many. I will end up going back to them, but yeah, after I got these new molds, I had to paint them. I was too excited. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I do apologize. I do need to get going, so I apologize for cutting it off real quick, but we will hopefully get to see each other again soon and hang out soon. Friday night from 7 tonight on Instagram. Friday night from 7 until 9 Eastern on Instagram. Mandela Love Affair there as well. And then 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday back here on TikTok. Oh, you're most welcome, Tracy. Sending you lots and lots of love. Barb, Noreen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And to everybody who is new here tonight, I hope you were able to take some breaths and just enjoyed hanging out and painting with me. Thank you so much for all of your patience during my trial and error tonight. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you again very, very soon. Mwah! Aw, thank you, Little Jedi. And I love your username is Little Jedi Aria. Thank you, Aria. And thank you, Aria's family. Sending you lots of love. Okay, now I really am going to go, though. Okay. Your name's Jamie, too? No way. That's crazy. That never happens. Well, that'll be easy to remember. So, Jamie, it was lovely to meet you. I hope to get to see you again sometime soon. Hopefully we can hang out here while I paint again soon, and please say hi to Aria. Sending you guys lots of love, and we will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.